I want to pick off from my last video, and I want to show you guys how I do the felt eyes. Now, when I was editing my video last time, it ended up being way too long, so I cut off that part of me making the eyes. So I actually completed all the eyes for all the Pokemon monitos that I made in my last video. So I will show you guys that my result later in this video, but I made a new pattern and we're gonna work on these felt eyes together. So the new Pokemon pattern that I made is Eevee. Like, oh, I love how beautiful it stands and everything. That is so cool. So it took me about 2 hours and 40 something minutes to make it. I'll put the final time right here. And it was, this was so fun to make. So according to my pricing calculator, this should be about $52, I believe. I will confirm the price again right here. So, and this was crocheted by Just Peachy Crochet. They are the ones who made the pattern. So it was honestly, the hardest part was probably the collar. So that was just the most tricky part. And one of the things in the pattern is that they don't give you they don't tell you a recommended yarn hook size, like a recommended hook size, which was kind of off-putting for me. So I originally made everything a 5. I used a 5mm to crochet everything at the first time, but when I made the collar, I thought a 5 was too big, so I downsized it and used a 4 for this. And I think this is a pretty good size, actually. Like, I love this is a really good size. I love this. It's amazing. I love how everything came out, and I'm really proud of my sewing. Like, I've gotten recently I've found a really good technique on how to sew, so I'm really proud of how everything is sewed right now. It's sturdy, nothing's coming off. Just like I'm tugging on this pretty good, and it's good. Like, I love that. So yeah, I think the trickiest part is the collar, and I recommend making the collar just going 1 needle size down compared to the rest of the body. If I were gonna do this again, I would love to do this in a 6 and maybe this in a 5, but I think that'd be just too much yarn, too much weight, and it's just gonna be more expensive than it already is. So I think this is pretty good. I don't mind using a 4mm here. It's just something you have to get used to, because a 4mm is pretty small for using a size 6 yarn. So again, this is my go-to yarn. That is what I used for this project, and I used the color Rust and Winter White. Those are the 2 colors I used here. I would have loved to use a caramel, the caramel color for the yarn, but I don't have any caramel with me, and there's my wholesaler where I get my yarn. It's out of stock right now. Like, a lot of the colors right here is out of stock. So I do not know when they're gonna restock it, because they keep on pushing the date back. So I'm just like, why? I want more yarn of this so I can make more stuff. So yeah, right now I'm going to, we're gonna make the felt eyes for the face. And originally the pattern had a color changing option on the eyes, so you didn't have to put any felt here. But I didn't want to mess. Honestly, I just wanted to make it all one color, and then I'm gonna put felt in the middle of the eyes, so I have that as well. And yeah, let's get into this. This should be recording. Okay, so I'm gonna show you my process of when I make my felt eyes. So I'm currently on, okay, so I've mentioned before, the way I do my felt eyes, you only need really 3 items really. You need a Cricut machine, you need felt, and then I personally use the Procreate app on my iPad. So I have an older iPad, but I mainly got it to use the Procreate app since I got into a drawing phase when I was a bit younger in college. But you should see it right here. Basically, what I recommend doing is when you want to make felt eyes for a particular project, try to find a reference photo. So I found a really cute reference photo for Eevee. I found the pictures of the eyes, and then I found a separate picture for the ears that I really liked. And if you look at the ears, they're kind of two-toned, but there's one part that's brown and the other part that's black. I'm just making one color. I didn't want it to get too detailed with it. And then the eyes are going to be 3 different colored layers. So that's very simple. And I stack my felt on top of my felt. When you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can also get the Cricut iron-on vinyl. You can also use that and just make sure that it's just positioned correctly when you put it on. So I mean, you can do either or. I personally like to just do the felt on felt. It gives it more of a 3D effect. But I've used the vinyl before, and it is very simple. It is very easy to do. You just I just get lazy with that. I don't know why. I just prefer to use the felt. That's just my personal preference, but you can easily use the iron-on vinyl if that's what you wish. So after I finished drawing up the image for the eyes, I share the image and I put under PNG files. So when you press that, it's gonna make sure like when you're done with the image, make sure all of them are on separate layers. So I have one layer for like the white iris or whatever it's called. I have the main color, the background, and then I have like the highlighted color. And then I have the ears as well. I made that all on one image, but they're all on separate layers. So put in PNG files, and then I airdrop that onto my computer because that's where I have the Cricut on. So you're going to, here. Hey guys, so I was editing my video and I don't know what happened, but it didn't record when I was on Cricut. So I'm just gonna do a very basic, I'm gonna record this part again. So for sure, this is recording now, okay? So really sorry about that. So just a quick input, like I'm recording this again just for everything. So remember, I just want to let you guys know, once you're here at the home page, you want to click new project and you want to click blank canvas. So it'll have a completely blank canvas and you're going to upload your images. So I've already uploaded my images because I did the whole recording of it. So once you've uploaded your images, you're gonna upload them, every single file and everything. So you're gonna have like each of these individual images here. I label them depending on the color. So like this one says Eevee brown, the other one says Eevee black. So that was the color that I wanted for that particular layer. And once you have them all up here, like, let's see if I can do this here. If I add to canvas, let me add this to canvas. Okay, yeah, so it's already in a certain size. So let me add this again. So this is the brown one, the brown layer. I'm going to add that again, add to canvas. Okay, so these are different sizes now. So originally when you were uploading them, they were all like very big sizes. And like basically when you uploaded them, because I had them on a particular size when I put them on my Procreate, they were all like the same size. So like do not distort the images once you put them up there. So like let me see, I have my stuff. Here are the eyes. So this is, customize it. Okay, so these are all the images that I did after I put all the detailed images in there and everything. So I can't believe I lost the footage. Like I could have sworn it was recording. I'm so disappointed in myself. So, and then this is for the ear as well. So actually we have to duplicate that and then we are gonna flip this. So you can have the two images. So that was the ears. So, and then these are like the eyes. You can see that they're slightly mirrored because one's bending more towards the other. And when you put the images of the eyes here, like first deal with the one eye. And you want to make sure they're in this, like you want this to be in a lock position if you are happy with that image. So if you want to, because with this lock position, that means it's, oh, let me see. There we go. So if I select all of this, it's not going to stretch the image. It's just going to make it bigger. So if I undo that, but if I select all these and unlock this, it's going to stretch the image, as you can see. So just make sure like you are happy with the image that you have, and then that should be good for you. So this is the original image I had. I liked the height of it, but I ended up stretching the image to be just slightly wider. So it was the 1.5. So that this was the final image that I made, and I was very happy with this. So it's very simple to do. So actually, yeah. So yeah, and then again, I just see like I layered all of these like by color. So like these are all for Eevee, but I layered that was the white one, the brown, the black, and yeah. So all of this together. So, and I do not group the images or anything. I just have them as one piece. Make sure that's locked. Yeah, make sure all that is locked. And once you're, like I do one eye at a time. So once you're happy with once you're happy with this one eye right here, whatever. Then you can duplicate it and mirror the image so you can have like the mirrored side of that face. So yeah, it's very simple to do, not too hard. So yeah, that should be it. So that was my Cricut. So ignore the mess you see behind me. It's not pretty. Ooh, I'm knocking things over. I'm so sorry. Okay, so another thing, the felt you're gonna use. I simply grabbed felt from Hobby Lobby because that was just what I felt comfortable at the time. So I got 2 different colors. Okay, so I went to Hobby Lobby to grab the felt, and I wanted to find a good brown color because that's mainly Eevee's color right here. And they only had 2 browns, and I thought they were too light, but I just grabbed them anyway because you never know for future projects. So I grabbed this one. This one's a nice, pretty thin, sturdy one. I really like it. It's only 99 cents. So yeah, and then I found a darker one. I got 2 sheets of these. These are a lot cheaper. Let's see. These are 25 cents. So they're a lot more flimsier. So, and they're a lot more smaller too. But again, what I like about the felt is that it's pretty inexpensive. Like, you do not have to spend like your whole budget making them. But like comparing them to the Eevee, I don't know, because there's that one, and then this one I think is too light. Maybe? We're looking at a picture of Eevee here. Let me see. Because I think it's more of like a chocolatey brown that I'm looking for. Yeah, like the brown is supposed to be pretty light, and this is just the color I had at the time. Again, I would have gone for like a different color, but this is actually a pretty good color. Like, I really like the color that I used. It's just, I don't know, I couldn't really find a chocolatey brown just looking at the 2. Okay, I think I'm gonna stick with the darker color for now. So, whoopsie. Going back to here. And another thing, to kind of make it more sturdy, I put a backing on the felt. So, just gonna get rid of that. That's nothing. So I buy this backing. I forgot what it's a Heat and Bond Ultra Hold. So you can also get this at Hobby Lobby for, it's actually not that inexpensive, and it's like a really long thing. So you can cut this up, put this on one side, and just heat press it for like 10 to 15 seconds, and it should stick there. So I'm waiting for my heat press to heat up, but let me show you. I have some other projects that were already heat pressed. So this one I've used, like I made a bunch of, like I just made a bunch of cutouts for other projects already. So, but see, one side, it's hard to tell, is fuzzy already. And then this is part of the backing. And then the other side, it's like all shiny. So when you put this on the mat, you want the shiny face down. So yeah, this just gives it a, it just makes it easier to cut. Like, it gives it more sturdy. So this one is like the thin one, so this one's already pretty sturdy. This one, the other one that I use, is a lot more flimsier in comparison. So yeah, like this one holds its shape, like already, even without it. And this one is like super flimsy. So the other one just gives it a better thickness and texture. So you don't really have to worry about it like moving on the Cricut too much. So my heat press is already heated up. And I am just going to cut out an image to heat press it onto this. So 1 second. Okay, so the Heat and Bond, so this is what it looks like. The Heat and Bond, I already cut it up to size. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just try to get as much as you can into the vinyl, like the velvet. That's what I do. So one side is pretty like flat. It's pretty smooth. And then the other side is like textured. You can kind of see the rivets. And these are my settings for this particular heat press. I only do it for 15 seconds. You can do it for 10 seconds as well, so it should be fine. Put it in there and press start. So, and then it counts down for you. Fresh off the oven. Okay, so be very careful because this is gonna be hot. Like, oh, it's a little sticky right there. So that's gonna be hot. We can flip it over. So, whew, that is hot. So just be careful with that. I'm not gonna use this anymore, so I'm gonna turn this off already. So be careful. And I actually have, I did both of them already. So this one has been cooling down for a minute, so I can already peel this off. See, I can do this with one hand. And, oh, I can't grab it, no. It welded pretty good in there. Ooh, I think I got it. So yeah, it's gonna leave that little shiny stuff there, and you just peel it off. This is kind of hard to do with one hand. There we go. Perfect. And this is trash. You can throw this away. So yeah, that's what it looks like. I left a little bit of that. So this is what it looks like. This is okay. You can leave that there. And so when you put this on your Cricut, you're gonna put it like this. So the shiny part down onto the mat. So let's get back into that. So another angle. This is the one I just, so nice and smooth. I love that. So it's still kind of flimsy. That's fine, but it just makes it sturdier. Like, it's not gonna stretch the felt, which is why I mainly do this. And you don't want the felt to stretch or anything. So that's what I like about this. And let's see. This is the Cricut vinyl I use, so it's a little bit dirty. I need to find a good thing. If you guys have any recommendations on how you clean your mat, your Cricut vinyl mat, please let me know. So this, I use the pink one because it's got the fabric grip. So this is really good at holding down the felt. Okay, so these are what I have for the eyes. These are the black ones. Since this was made with the sturdy ones, I don't need to do any trimming or fixing with them. So I really like how these look. The white ones had just a bit of fuzz on them. Oopsie, just had like a little bit of fuzz. You can kind of see it right there. So I just go with like a little scissors right here and just simply trim them. Just the little fuzz that you can see. You probably can't see me since it's so thin, but this is just me kind of fixing it up. So yeah, that's a little bit better. Can't really see anything. Sorry, it won't focus. Okay, but I like how that looks. Let me trim these other ones. That's a little bit better. Okay, so what I do next, oops, let me turn this around. Turn. Okay, so another thing that you don't particularly need, but I like to use just to make sure I put everything correctly, is these little pins. So actually, I have these pins. I use these to put everything together and to place them on here. So I'm like, okay, I'm really happy with the position, or it's like, no, I think I should cut it a bit. So just be very careful because these are pins, so these are very sharp. So I can, like, let's get the black eye. I think this is for the left eye. Because these are mirrored, so they're not exactly the same. Yeah, that's how it is. Whoop, ah! I dropped it. Yeah, so I place them on top of each other, and then I get a pin, and I just pierce it through both of them. So let me see. Be very careful. There you go. Pierced. And so now you can kind of see that. And then I can get one of the white ones and do the same thing on the top. Being very careful not to prick myself. If you don't feel comfortable, I recommend getting an adult to do this. Again, you don't really even need to use the pins. I like using the pins. Just, it holds everything in place because I'm always guessing in whatever all my stuff. So I have the two pins in there. Be careful. And then there's the eye. So let me do the other one. So that looks good. Be careful, like if you put it in the center, then it'll probably like shift it if you're not careful. So just make sure, like, when you eventually put everything together, because I hot glue all my pieces. I know some people rather sew them on. That is fine. That is not what I do. So once you're happy with the placement, then you can put them directly, pierce it onto the eye. It looks kind of weird. Okay, like, again, I'm gonna figure out the placement. Just give me a sec. I think that looks a little bit better. Just like you would see the better detail once it has the nose and the mouth. So you can probably sew them on already, so you can have an idea of where you want it. But let me see the ears. Okay, I'm like looking at the ears. Honestly, I probably could have gone for a black. But the size is perfect. Yeah, this is a good size. It's just the color that kind of throws me off. I may just leave this. Like, I don't think I'm gonna add these actually. But at least I know for the future if I do get the right color, or if I just use a black or whatever, it'll be fine. But I'm pretty happy with the eyes. So for now, I'm gonna leave the ears alone. Okay, I think I finally found a piece that's, yeah, I think that's slightly better. Because I just wish I can get that little whisker mark there, but I feel like that's going to be a little too detailed, and then it's just not going to come out right. Like, I've done that before and I was just never happy with it. I tried to do that on Pikachu and I just did not like it. That's why I only do the nose on Pikachu. If you guys have a better technique, let me know, and I would love to give it a try, because Eevee is just too cute. I'm not going to mess with it too much because I'm going to spend the entire time doing this. So, cut. So I like to save my scrap so I can use it for another project, or if I want to make a cat. The whiskers usually don't take too much yarn, so I can just have that. So just cut, I like to triple knot it. Just a simple little knot. Once you are happy with the eye placement, what I do is, to make sure that I don't misplace it, is that I get more of these pins and I kind of just like put it around the eye. Okay, so this is what I do just to keep like the placement. So when I take this off, I know exactly where it's going to be placed. So taking these off, yep, it's going to be exactly there. So that's just to keep better track of that. So do the same thing with the next eye, and you're going to hot glue the pieces together. So I finished gluing like the eyes, like I just hot glued them like independently to these. So now when I place them here, since I have these, so this is the left eye, I know I'm just gonna place it right here. So it's gonna end up perfectly thanks to all these pins. So I'm going to my hot glue gun. Again, you can also easily sew this on. I just prefer the hot glue because I am not that I'm not that confident in my sewing. Okay, so I just placed my eye right there. It's still warm, so be careful. And then once this is secured, you can literally just take out the pins because it's already placed in. Okay. Wow. Okay, you guys, that looks cute. So there you go. It's done. Like, this is actually pretty nice. I mean, I am still just a little questionable about the mouth, but it's fine for now. I actually really like this, and I think somebody would really like to take this little one home. So it, again, about 2 hours and 40 minutes. I believe that's how long it took me. And according to my pricing calculator, I believe it's supposed to be about, I actually have it right here. Yep. This Eevee is going to be $52. I would love to make the rest of the Eevee illusions that this person in particular made. So I would love to make them all once they actually finish them. They've done all of them except for Flareon and Jolteon, I think. But the patterns, they don't have the Vaporeon available yet. They just finished that one. So like, hey, like, I'm a big fan, Just Peachy Crochet. I would love to do more of these. Like, this is awesome. Like, I really like that. The most funny part was the collar, but I've actually, now that I did it the first time, I'm good with that. And if I can find like a chocolate felt instead of this one, because I think this one matches too much. Yeah, I don't really like how that looks. Like, the color wise, like, the cut is perfect. It's just the color that kind of throws me off. So I think I'm gonna just leave it like this. I also told you that I finished the felt eyes because of my last video. I showed off all the projects I had done, but I didn't do the felt eyes. Well, I'm happy to say that I did all those felt eyes, and let us see what we have. So in my last video, I already had the felted eyes for the Raichu and the Pikachu. I actually had a market right after I shot that video, and I sold Pikachu. So I had to make another Pikachu, but that one still has the felt eyes, so it looks exactly the same. But I was able to do the felt eyes on my Mew. The felt eyes came out perfectly. Last time I did the felt eyes on my Mew, it was I just freehanded it. This one I cut with the Cricut, and it looks amazing. Like, I love the 3D effect and everything. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. So I already have the tag here. The tag says that it took me about 3.5 hours, and it's priced at $70. So those are my little price tags. I think I mentioned it before. I got the template for this tag from Cameron's Cute Creations. I mentioned that in my last video. Super easy and very simple to do. Like, it has my old social media handleage. So once I'm done using all these, I'm gonna make some new ones that have my new social media handle. I can't talk today. But yeah, here is my Mew with the eyes. I'm not gonna add a mouth or anything because it looks perfect just like this. Like, I would not mess with this anymore. So that is my Mew. And the other one I did was my goomy. There we go. Like, I probably should have shipped it. No. So this is my goomy. Very simple. I didn't even make this on the Cricut because it was just circles. So I just made this on the Cricut. Like, they had like the template for the circles or like ovals there. So that's what I did. I just measured it to make sure that these were a good size. And I love how this turned out. And once you're happy with how they come out, save your project. That way you don't have to basically guess the next time. So these are more oval, and then the circles on the side, they're more of like a rectangle oval. So like these go all around. I am super happy with how this goomy came out. So this one is not timed. I was timing myself and I accidentally deleted my time. So if I have time, I'll make another one. But for now, I'm probably just gonna sell this one for about $35. So I think that's a good size, because that's a little bit cheaper than the Pikachu, because my Pikachu is priced at $40, and this is about, yeah, this is a smaller size, and it's not as detailed. The most detailed thing would be like the changing color. I like changing color. I know some people don't. I like to do it. And the last project that I felt in my eyes with is my chikorita. I love how the chikorita came out. So this mouth was slightly different. Should I have done the mouth like this for the Eevee? I can still mess with the Eevee's mouth if I want to, but I'm really happy how this chikorita came out. Like, put it like that. That is so cute. I could have added another, like a lighter red to kind of give it a highlight here, but after putting this on, and I really didn't have a lighter red at the time, I was just like, you know what, this is fine. She's so cute. I love her. So like, she's like one of my favorite like grass starters. Like, I personally love her so much. She's just a cute little Pokemon. And her tag back here shows that she took 3 hours and 5 minutes to make, and that she's $58. So I'm just super happy how this came out. So like, these are my felted projects, you guys. Like, I am just so happy with them. Oh my gosh. I am just so happy how they all came out. So yeah, that is my tutorial on how to felt your how to felt all your crocheted projects. At least this is my process. So you know what, looking at the chikorita next to the Eevee, I'm probably gonna fix that up. If you follow my Instagram, I will show you like the final like image of what it's gonna look like. But yeah, I'm so happy with all these. Like, this my passion in one picture, just crocheted Pokemon right here. But I'm super happy. I'm so happy that you guys joined me. If you have any questions, or if there's any Pokemon that you want me to crochet, anything that you want me to try, like, please let me know. I'll buy the pattern and I'll basically review it. I'll let you guys know about all these patterns, okay? And then what I basically would critique about the pattern as well. And what is your favorite Pokemon? Or if you have any other Pokemon patterns that you recommend that you want me to try, let me know. Even if I don't have them ready for the market, I'll take any excuse to crochet a Pokemon. So I'm super excited about this, you guys. So I will see you next time. Bye.